Today, I'd like to talk about how most of us are caught up in this haste, in this rat race, in this routine of getting so many things done. For instance, work, then we try and juggle family time, spending time with children, committing to hobbies, committing to social arrangements, and so on and so forth, and sometimes religious or personal activities and enjoyments which take up lots of time. And most of us in modern day society find that because work for most people takes up the majority of their life, 40 hours a week used to be the norm, in my opinion. Now that's gone up to 50 hours, and then you've got people doing 60 and 70 hours, running, as a mentor would say to me, running to get nowhere fast. And this is true of modern day society because the standards of living have gone up so much that people are trying to be able to afford and living beyond their means. And what I've found is that, and I used to be a victim of this, where you try to work and then you try to exercise and try to then do your hobbies, and you end up being exhausted. And what I've found that allowing for life actually to be in a haste to find you, as opposed to you being in a haste to find it, is the key. And I'm going to elaborate on that point. A lot of the times, from many different mentors and people of higher consciousness, you find that by allowing through a state either of meditation or just being present, through accepting what is, you allow for life to actually flow through you, as opposed to living in a state of haste where you're presenting resistance to the universe and nothing comes to you, or because you're in a haste and you're trying to obviously do everything, you end up being anxious or angry, and then what do you attract? The law of attraction, more of anger, haste, disheartenment, and grief. Whereas when you just try and moderate your life, in other words, try and delegate what can be delegated. As a business owner and entrepreneur, I used to find that I wanted to have complete control over everything. And in fact, I found that would actually take me backwards entrepreneurially, because you become exhausted trying to do the marketing, the treating of patients, the front desk, answering of phone calls. And then as soon as I started passing on clientele that were happy to see someone else to other practitioners, then I had more time for myself to then focus on things that grow the business. And then as I brought on more associates, I kept introducing my patients to other practitioners. They would stay with them in the chiropractic clinic. So basically what I'm getting at is a universal message. Delegate what can be delegated, and just sit back and be in a state of awareness, a state of gratitude, a state of allowing. And this state actually allows for more of what you want: the abundance, the time, the family time. And sometimes you might have to take a pay sacrifice, a salary sacrifice. But what happens, money will come from other avenues. You end up stumbling on other passive streams of income that will bring in that money, which will supplement that money you need for your family, to pay your mortgage, to pay your bills. Of course, you have to be open to the possibilities of opportunities coming to you. You can't just expect sitting at home and watching TV for things to come through the door. You have to be researching, reading, and talking to people for opportunities to come. And this then will allow you to have more time. You'll then appreciate the simpler things in life. Material things may start to lose their luster. I was a prime example where material things would play a big part of my life. At a younger age, I wanted to have the flashy car, the flashy watch, the flashy house, and so on and so forth. And then what happened to me is one day I woke up and I said to myself, having looked at my daughter, and I said, you know, I don't really need these things. All I want is to be able to foster a nice environment to grow up a family and be able to spend time, have a holiday with them. And what I did is I then started to maximize the times that I was working, to cram the work into shorter periods of time so then I could spend time with my family and looking at other online avenues to make money. And so being in a state of allowing, being in a state of gratitude, allowing for opportunities to come to you, being grateful for what you presently have, this allowed me to appreciate, to be thankful, and through being thankful and through being grateful, you end up receiving more, I found. And by giving. When you give, either your time, either to charities, either to people, just unconditional love, unconditional time to people that need it, this also pays dividends as well. But it has to be unconditional. You can't expect something from it. Just do it and it'll come back to you. Helping out someone end up coming back to you. It's the law of correspondence. You give and you get. It's one of the Hermetic principles. So with saying that, I just wanted to drive home that message and to reinforce that being in a state of haste, of needing to do so many things in life, will not serve other than making you sick. Try and take time out to reflect, and even if you're finding that the present career is not serving you, look for other avenues. Try and invoke something that invokes your inner child, that actually makes you be happy to get up in the morning. A telltale sign of not liking what you're doing is to actually not waking up with a zing in your step, finding that frequently tired and fatigued, finding that you're actually just resenting being at work and coming back and just blaming yourself and judging yourself and victimizing yourself and taking it out on your family. You know that's not the right thing for you to be doing. Me making my videos and sharing my knowledge with people, I could do it any time of the morning or the night. I could wake up at 2 in the morning and do this. Why? Because I like it. I like acquiring knowledge and sharing knowledge as well. I like uplifting the consciousness of the universe and the greater community as a whole. So this is a hobby. Obviously, I work doing other avenues, but this is a passion, and you should also take time to do your passion and your hobbies, because that will invoke a playfulness in you and will allow for other ideas and opportunities to come through you, which will then allow you to have not only the abundance and financial freedom, but also the freedom of time to do what you want. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.